I never thought this day would come, considering how much I bashed it all those years ago when it came out. But for $7.50 off of a reputable key seller, I took the plunge. I bought Fallout 76, and thankfully, it seems to be in a lot better state than it was all those years ago. I mean, there's still some hiccups because, the whole thing is, server based, which really sucks. Like, that's a huge complaint right there. I hate the fact that, if you want to just play solely with your friends, you have to join up in a world occupied by a bunch of other people. Look, that's not too bad. I won't lie. Like, doing events with, like, level 500 motherfucking survivors, oh man, if you want an easy way just to cheese the fucking game and just break the balance, all you have to do is just fucking join in with a bunch of randoms, do an event, like hide in a corner or something, or try to take some shots and like do your best to avoid as much damage as humanly possible. And there you go, you're made. Like within 20 hours, I'm close to level 50. I can only imagine how much worse it'll get once I keep increasing intelligence and I just rack up them kills. But that's not the discussion. Well, it partially is. It's a mini rant because it's like some of the game is still not perfect. Like again, it would be nice if we could still just play with our friends by ourselves or have the option to play offline. Because I mean, the most of the game is fucking loaded on there. Like, uh, out of curiosity, how big is Fallout 4? Fallout 4, 36 gigs. Yeah, like all of Fallout 76 is loaded on it. There's no reason whatsoever why I cannot have like an offline mode. Not to mention, like if you want to play with friends, just a peer-to-peer system, especially if it's friends you can trust. No doubt, it would be a lot more stable, less lag. It would just run so much fucking better, whole 9 yards. But I'm done with all that. My real complaint, it's not really a complaint. It's kind of like a power trip. But like how it's just a thing. Let me just get into it. Cutting straight to the point. The mutations of Fallout 76. And to those that don't know what mutations are, I kind of like the feature. I feel like it should have been in like other Fallout games when there's like radiation. Is that when you incur radiation at high levels, you'll have a chance to incur a mutation perk that doesn't go against your perk limits at all. It's just you can have as many as you want. There's only 19. You can only have like up to 18 because one of them cancels out the other. But you can have up to 18 unique mutation perks with various positives and negatives to the whole thing. Here's the problem though. Besides the fucking fact that you can have all these fucking perks through just, consuming a shit ton of radiation, and then you get one perk, and you have to leave the server apparently, then hop into a new one and acquire another one. The reason why it's busted is because, like, the whole mechanic is that when you heal the radiation away, you'll lose the mutation. But there's certain perks you can take through leveling up to essentially keep the perk. That's all fine and dandy, just have a bunch of perks that have a bunch of like pros and cons to it. But here's the real broken aspect to it. Is there's a perk, I think, called Class Freak. And what Class Freak does is that it reduces the negative effects of mutations by up to 75% if it's fully upgraded. So the thing is, you need to have two perks. You need to have Class Freak and Starched Genes. And the thing with these two perks is that, they take up fucking... They take up perk space in your luck tree nonetheless. And ultimately it comes up to about 5 perk points. So you're losing potentially up to 5 to 2 perks, or even 1 for that matter, having these 2 perks up. But here's the thing. Let's just take my the perk that I desperately want the most, Speed Demon. movement speed increased up to 20%. I'm assuming that movement speed applies to everything. Crouched, running, walking, sprinting, all of it. And 20% increase in reload for all weapons. Now, the negative effect is a 50% increase to drain on hunger and thirst while moving. That sounds pretty busted. That sounds really bad because you'll be consuming more. You gotta keep fucking feeding yourself and drinking, yada yada yada. It's a lot of micromanaging. But if you have class freak equipped, it reduces that negative penalty by 75%. And then you do the real math. If you have that perk equipped, which, take 3 perk points. But ultimately, that just means that instead of 50% drain on hunger and thirst, if I'm doing the math correctly in my head, it's only 12.5%. And I'm just thinking to myself, gee, reload guns faster and run way quicker so I can cover more distance for just a small penalty of, my cores or my bars drain 10%, 12% quicker. That's the thing. I even did the fucking math because there's various perks that give you increases to your special stats. I did the math. Ultimately, if I'm right, you lose -6 overall if you have that class freak equipped, and you gain +14 and various other special stats. Ultimately, you walk away with an additional 8 points to fucking your special stats. You get to do way more damage at low HP. You can take overall less damage, up to 18% less damage if somebody else has the perk as well. So a little bit of teamwork. Health regen, carrying weight, jump height increase, all these different perks for a 10% reduction to gun accuracy. 12 points less AP. You lose a few points in strength. I just look at these mutations lists and it's if Class Freak wasn't a thing, okay, there'd actually be some balancing there. And I'm the guy that loves broken shit. I love to be a fucking power freak. But just seeing these easily obtainable perks, obviously it's not that easy, right? Because you're going to need to make sure, you have a little bit of pre-planning. You make sure you have these perks equipped. You got to keep taking them off and putting them back on to retain the mutations. Because that's the thing. You would need starch genes to ensure you don't lose it while you're getting rid of your radiation. Then you got to remove it and irradiate yourself again. It's a long process. If I'm doing them, I would have to guess it'll take me about an hour to an hour and a half to get these perks. But ultimately, with a little bit of investment, getting to level 50, I feel these are endgame perks, but I mean, I'm only 20 hours in. I'm about to have the powers of a fucking superhuman right now. Given some of it's nothing, it's more about traversal and a little bit of shit, but I'm looking at, adrenal reaction, increase in weapon damage at low HP. I saw the scaling. When you're at lows 20% HP, you're doing an extra 50% in damage. All for, you lose 12 points of your max HP. That is such a, small-ass loss. You can gain that HP back by increasing endurance by 2 points from any mean. And there you go. You're at lower health, you do more damage. I even looked up the fabled bloody build because I was looking at various people that are in the matches when I do co-op events, and I see these people with red bars. I'm wait a minute, why do these guys have so little health? And these were typically the guys that were one-shotting every motherfucking enemy in the event. And I'm what the fuck is going on? And now it all makes sense. The bloodied fucking build. I just imagine a guy in power armor or whatever, or the Secret Service armor that I just saw, that admittedly gives power armor a run for its money. But I'm just thinking a man on a throne with a big ass fucking sword just covered in fucking blood, and he can just strike down even the strongest motherfuckers within a few hits. That's what the bloody build is. It's it's a huge risk, but a broken high reward. But I digress. Like, I just look at those mutations, and the only thing that goes through my mind is, how is this shit legal? How is it just fucking legal to have, like, all this shit? Like, oh, chem effects. Oh, 12.5, 13% reduction in chem effects, you know? Oh, but you get, 300% fucking health regeneration while not in combat. Basically fucking Radchild from Fallout New Vegas. And that was one of my favorite perks. I don't know. Personally, I can't wait until I get like my last few levels. I think I'm at 42 or 43. It'll take me like a couple more hours, and before I know it, boom, I'm at level 50. I can finally max out luck, hopefully. Get that shit running, and just break the game. But that bloody build, that's like, that's endgame, endgame. That's like, you just basically break it. Because if you look up what the bloody build is and what you build up with it, those people that run that build are literally fucking gods. I am nowhere near that. But the mutation list is like a step in that direction. But I don't know. I just feel like it's like, with that fucking 75% reduction from fucking class freak, it's such a minor inconvenience that's completely outweighed by all these fucking benefits. It's not even funny. I don't know. It just, as soon as I saw somebody just like leap like 3 stories high with the marsupial mutant perk, I was just kind of like, yeah, I want to get all of them. Because even like when I look at like these various negative effects, they're all just null and void with, with with fucking class freak. And I don't know. Like, again, I'm the type of guy that prefers like, just having all the fucking power and shit. But it's just another level. It baffles me that it's just like, given, look, I know you basically lose out on like a third of your like luck point allocation with perks, but I mean, that class freak and the starch genes, even for 5 like level 1 perks or 2 level 2 perks, those 2 perks just, it's their weight in gold with just like all these different fucking perks you can get. I don't know. I'm just gushing over it just because like all this shit you can obtain. But I don't know. I just want to talk about it a little bit. And I mean, obviously, if you wanted to balance this shit, you would have to get rid of fucking, class freak or reduce it. Like, rebalance it. But personally, I wouldn't want that because I just love all these fucking perks. Like, if they did rebalance it, I'd have a hard time, like, picking any of these then. Like, maybe adrenal reaction because, 50 HP, it does sound like a lot, but I mean, if you pair that shit with Helfrit with the healing factor and then Speed Demon, you'd be a fast motherfucker that can heal after a battle. And all you have to do is just try and hide for a little bit, and there you go. I can only imagine how healing factor would pair up with like certain other healing perks. Given it'll be a little bit impractical if you're trying to lay on the heat, but I mean, shit. This will be the closest I can get to having an official like earnable Wolverine. But I just wanted to fucking vent about that because those mutations are just fucking bonkers. Like, given again, nowhere near as busted as like a bloody build or whatever builds people have with their various perks. But I mean, just like a small, like 2 perk card investment of 5 points, you just get all these wacky effects that would probably add up to like 50 or 60 points overall. No, like 30, 40 maybe. Because I'd reckon these would all be like +3 perks. Like shit, man. I just want to talk about that, but besides that, believe it or not, I'm having fun with Fallout 76, Like, I know I talk shit about it, and it's like, they could definitely improve it a lot more. I hope, I hope the day never comes. I hope, like, the shit never gets shut down, but I mean, if it ever did come to that point, I would certainly hope that, they would add an offline mode. where we can peer-to-peer with friends. So at least, 4 players could have fun. I mean, fuck it. I'd like to think, you could have more than that. I mean, look at fucking GTA 5. That shit's strictly peer-to-peer because Rockstar is so fucking cheap, but you can have, like, a shit ton of people on the map at once. I'd reckon if your fucking internet connection's good, it'll pair you up with the fucking best people possible. Boom, there you go. You don't have to worry about servers. Whoever has the best internet, that's how you play it off of. More people, some lag, some problems there, but if it's just you and a bud, peer-to-peer, boom. Fallout 76, in my opinion, would be redeemed. Given, I know 76 does have a lot of issues, it has a lot of fucking problems, but if they were to add in, like, that type of offline mode and peer-to-peer with friends, best $7.50 I've spent in a while. But otherwise, yeah, just wanted to ramble a little bit about that shit. Talk about it for a boot. Otherwise, that's it. Usual YouTube chant. Like, dislike, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of those mutations. What builds do you have? Do you think the mutations are overpowered? Do you think they're just right? Do you think they need some more tweaking to be even more powerful or to be scaled back to be more, balanced? Let me know. Otherwise, yeah. Fuck, I really want to play Fallout 76 now. God damn it, I haven't felt like this for a game in a couple months. Yeah. That's all. Stay safe out there, Wastelanders. The Rambling Manager's clocking out.